every stretch of the imagination. I'm proud to be what I'm a part of. It's just, I thank God for allowing me to understand it a little better, because then I know how to approach my situation.
Now, we on the phone, well, I'm not on the phone, we in the building with Plies, and I was looking at the CD, and the first thing that popped up was the joint that you had, Driving My Mama Crazy. Cause this gonna drive her crazy. She gonna, if this she like anything like my mama, why your face ain't on the CD? Why your face ain't on the CD?
That was $1 million question I got from the label.
That really?
Yeah.
They're like, what we supposed to do with this? Why you got the mask on?
We actually, well, I guess I ain't gonna say we fought about it, but we debated about it.
You can say fought. Labels fight with the artist.
Oh, yeah,
labels fight with the artist.
No, we fight all the time. In my case.
I mean, do you give them this Plies? Because when you come on the air and you like, hey man, this situation, or do you raise your voice a little bit
for me,
when you got to go at them?
Try to find a buffer. And that's my buffer right there. And for me, bro, I just feel like with this situation here, I told him, I don't think it mattered what I had on the album cover, because the music was gonna be the same. Yeah. Whether I had a suit on or whether I had a ski mask on, but for me, to let everybody know my thought pattern about the situation. It's the piece that I wear, which is a term that I came up with, was the goon term.
Yeah.
That's a representation of the struggle for me. And regardless of how glamorous my situation may currently be, it's so important for me not to forget my struggle.
You always gonna have that on your back. You always gonna, because every time I hear you speak or when I talk to you, that's a big part of what you say. You ain't gonna forget that.
I can't. I
think you won't.
At the end of the day, because if you're not careful, corporate America don't want me to believe that my culture go by albums. And it's crazy because I don't think there's no way to detect who actually walks in the store and makes those purchases. So for me, it's an ongoing fight, because I refuse to let people make me believe that my kind don't support me. I know my culture is a little tougher than other cultures, but at the end of the day, I'd rather stop doing what I'm doing if I just had to make music 100% for the elite / suburban America, because I don't want to be a part of that.
Well, you know what? You know what's funny is your support come in different ways. Because like that first Wild Splash,
right.
People was singing your songs, screaming.
Yeah.
That was support. That wasn't point of purchase support.
Right.
That was support, because after, like, I mean, literally, y'all had just come on, and they was like, can he go on? I'm like, hell yeah, go ahead. All these people screaming and following me around backstage. Go ahead, go on. And then you went on, and the whole crowd went crazy. That was support.
Right.
And then it ended up starting your relationship with the station, and it hit, you know, and went 100,000%.
Right.
And so the hip-hop community supports in different ways, showing up at parties, you know, making sure they buy your ringtones, right. Making sure each video, because you put out 100 of them. He'll make 60 videos for, if they ain't making a video, I'll make one tomorrow. I just bought a camera. You know, you're going to see him make his own video and invite everybody down to get in the video, you know what I mean? So that support comes in more places. I mean, today, it's about buying the joint. Right. It's about definition of real. We're going to be at Best Buy, we're going to be at the party, we're going to do this whole thing because we want our man. I mean, we ain't going to front. There's some CDs coming out today. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of crazy, because I might have been like, hey man, can we shift this over? Can we shift this over a little bit?
I think for me, bro, just to speak on that, it was so
move out of the way.
It was important to me because originally my date was June 24th, and it was some things that ended up coming up at that particular time. So we went to June 10th, and I saw that June 10th for a month and a half. Like, it was no other releases coming out on June 10th.
Yeah.
And then we got a call saying that it was a couple more releases that was going to fall on that same day. So me being me is like, there's no way I can allow any other individual to detour my situation. Because like I told you earlier, what God has for me, He has for me. And I don't think it's another individual nor another human that can stop what God already has intended for me. Like, whatever this definition of real situation is going to be, it's going to be. Whether I sell 60,000 records or if I sell 6 million records, I think that picture is already drawn. It's just I don't know what it is yet.
I know what it is. It's going to be bigger than the last one. I tell you that. And we're moving up with it. I mean, we got progress here. I'm telling you. Because you went gold last time.
He ain't moved.
He ain't moved. I ain't scared, is what he's saying. We're going to translate it. He said it articulately. We're going to take it to the hood. He ain't scared.
He ain't no punk.
He ain't scared. I ain't no punk. He ain't gonna pushing me around. My date is my date, bitch. That's what he said. He's 36.
Period at the end. Bitches.
It's 8:36. We got Plies in the building. We see your phones popping and everything. You want to hit them up? I just said, bitch, we
ain't moving. With a period at the
Watch
end.
that make the neck. Orlando called Lil Wayne a bitch. Said Plies said he ain't moving, and Orlando and Plies got beef with Wayne. It's gonna turn into something like that. Real stupid, according to the internet. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back with Plies because I gotta play a joint, and we're gonna talk about more about what's going on in the mind of Plies. So y'all hold on. It's Wild 98.7 Hits and Hip Hop. Yeah. Right now, what it is, homie?
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. It's Brian Gumble up in there. Look at him, he's like, Ply, you kill folks when you do that, because they always are like, damn, man, Ply sound like he could do my taxes. You know what I'm saying? No accountant, you just sitting there with the tie on to get it popping.
Do my own tax. Actually, that was like one of my, I don't know, they should turn me on, the whole, I wanted to be an accountant at one point. The whole accounts receivable and assets, debit, the whole
it's moving money.
Balance. I loved it, but you could spend, I guess, an hour and 30 minutes doing the whole statement and get to the very end. And you
got nothing.
And you can't just charge it to the game. You got to go find it.
You got to go find it.
That's funny.
That was too much for me.
Now we got Plies right here. Now it's obvious, you know. As I told you, everybody who listens to you know that you ride for folks that are locked up.
Right.
Your brother's situation and everything, but just people in general. You associate with their situation. You understand, and you know when you talk about your brother, and when I read in the notes and stuff, the stuff that you say to him, it's a real. I mean, it's like that's your guy, your brother, and best friend, everything else. What is Big Brother thinking when the album come out today? What's on his mind? What do you think?
It's crazy because I told him I know it has to be tough for him because the best way for me to tell someone I guess how to look at this situation is just think if you were a millionaire when you was incarcerated and you couldn't touch or not really be a part of a situation for 3 years.
That you built, that you had, you know what I'm saying?
That you built. And I think that it has to be a stressful situation because there's times that I know he needs to convey information to me that he can't, he can't talk to me, I can't talk to him. And then when you're locked up, you're always dependent on everybody else. There's no for you to be an independent person. That gotta be tough, man, but at the end of the day, I have a song on my album. Actually, it's on the Best Buy version. It's a bonus track. It's called Die Together. It's a song that I wrote for my brother, to my brother, I guess. And just kind of expressing how I feel about it, man. And it's just saying, I know we all gotta die one day, but we love each other so much. We're just asking God, when He take us, just take us together.
Wow. That's like. And that's written into the Big joint, when he was saying, when he was when the big said, I hope we die together, it's like that's love. It sounds morbid, but that's love. It's like I don't want to be here without him. I don't want to be here without him. Take us both at the same time.
I think it's crazy now because we grew up in a time now where it ain't cool to be perceived to look up to somebody. That's not always accepted. Like people want you to be your own person. People want to try to force you to be your own man. I think, for me, I kind of look at it different. Like I told people, Black America's kind of different. Like, when was the last time you sat at the table, probably besides Thanksgiving, and like ate with your family?
True.
Nowadays, we get our plate. We don't want to go in the room, the other one sit in the front room and eat.
Boy.
I think those were the times that you're supposed to sit at the table and talk about all the problems you had all day.
You just created a sermon for somebody on Sunday, because I know damn well that everybody know them little lunch trays, snack trays, they ruin the family.
Hell yeah.
When you get you a TV tray and go in your room and do your thing, that'll ruin the sit down discussion at all. And let me tell you right now, we're gonna play a little cut. Just to let y'all know, because it is about the album, and this one is crazy because it's about what you're talking about. That somebody loves you.
Oh, listen.
Wow.
Oh, I got a question.
Wow.
I ain't gonna ask you who hotter than me. I got another question.
I was about to say, he about to set me up. What?
That Somebody Loves You. I've been debating this with the label. Do you think that record is single material?
I ain't gonna even answer that, because I ain't even important. The people out there important. I'm gonna play it right here. Hold on. Y'all just answer. 568-0987.
Wow.
You got Miss Patty on the joint. Man, how crazy is that? You better stick your chest out for that. Now don't try. Hey man, this is my situation. That's Patti LaBelle. That's Oulette Vouve Rouge, all that. That's her.
Right now, get it right.
That's legendary.
That's a legend. That's heavy right there.
That get you moist in the eyes.
I mean, I'm telling you, somebody had a stoplight like, oh damn, the Plies been messing around. It was busted every time. This bitch got me crying going to work. I mean, for real. Now when you came up with that concept though, that had to like. I mean, was it a one-take joint? Did you go in the studio and have to stop for a minute? Because I had to bring up some thoughts.
I was about to shoot. The Run My Mama Crazy video the day before. And I actually listened to that track. And I told him I was going to be a little late. I was like, man, I got to write this record now because I feel